Lovely people, welcome to my channel again. It's your girl Tsungie and I do crafts. Today I'm doing crocheting, so I'm going to show you how to do this mesh stitch. Okay, so it's a series of, it makes like diamonds in between, then it has these rows of double crochet. Okay, so let's just get right into it. So I'm using a size 6 millimeter hook, and I'm using acrylic yarn which I have doubled. There's no specific reason why I've doubled, it's just that I like it bulky, so that's why I have doubled the yarn. Okay, so to begin the stitch, it works with multiples of 4s plus 1, so 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 and so on. I am going to first do a slip knot, so I'm going to take my yarn, wrap it on my finger, form an X on one side and form 2 lines on the other side. I'm going to take my hook, put it under the first one and grab this one and move it backwards under the first one. Then I'm going to release everything, and this is how you make a slip knot. So after I make the slip knot, I'm going to let my yarn hang on this finger and I'll hold it in place with the small finger. I'm going to hold the part that I'm going to crochet with this finger and this finger like this. Then I'm going to begin to chain. So I am going to use 28. So 28 plus 1, that means I'm going to make 29 chains. So to chain, I'm going to take my hook, grab some yarn, turn my hook to face down and move backwards like this. So that's the first chain. I'm going to do the same movements forwards, go up a little bit, turn my hook to face down and move backwards, passing through that loop, and that's the second chain. So I'm going to chain 29. So let me do that off camera and come back. Okay, so I'm back. I have chained 29. So I'm going to leave this first stitch. By stitch I mean these V's. That's the stitch. So I'm not going to look into this first stitch, I'm going to look at the second stitch. So I'm going to put my hook in that second stitch and I'm going to do single crochet. So single crochet, you put it in the second stitch, you grab your yarn, you pass through with that yarn so that you have 2 loops, and once I have the 2 loops, I'm going to grab yarn again and pass through both loops like this, and that is a single crochet. I'll do it again. I'll put my hook into the next stitch, grab some yarn, pass through with that yarn in that stitch, grab some yarn and pass through the second 2, and that is a single crochet. So that's what I'm going to do in all the stitches in this row, and this is the foundation row. So let me do that and come back. Okay, so I've done a full row of single crochets. So now when I get to the end, I'm going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. My apologies for that noise. Okay, so once I've chained 4, I'm going to turn my work. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Into the 4th stitch, I'm going to do a single crochet. Then after that, I chain 4 again. 2, 3, 4. Then I count 1, 2, 3, 4. Into the 4th stitch, I insert my hook under that stitch and I'll do a single crochet. So if you look at it, it's forming these loops. So that's what I'm going to continue to be doing, chaining 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Into the 4th, I'll do a single crochet. Okay, so I'll do that for the rest of this row and I come back. Okay, so I've reached the end of my line. So this is the first row. We started our pattern. So now that I've reached the end, I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to turn my work. Into the first loop, I'm going to do double crochets. So to do that, I'm going to yarn over, or to put my yarn on my hook, insert my hook inside the loop and grab some yarn and go under with it and come up. Right, so if you as you can see, we have 3 loops now. 1, 2, 3. So now what you're going to do, you're going to grab some yarn and pass through the first 2 loops, grab some yarn and pass through the last 2 loops, and that is a double crochet. So we're going to do 3 of these double crochets. So yarn over, insert your hook inside the loop, grab some yarn, go under and come up with it, then grab some yarn and pass through the first 2. My sincere apologies for that noise outside. I'm going to do the 3rd double crochet. right? So we do 3. Then after we do 3 double crochets, we're going to chain 2. 1, 2. Then into the next loop, we're going to insert our hook in there, and we're going to do a single crochet. So grab some yarn with 2 loops and pass through both those 2 loops. After that, we're going to chain 2. Okay, so let me just repeat what I've done. So at the beginning we chained 3, then we did 3 double crochets, we chained 2, did a single crochet in the next loop, then we chained 2 again. So now we're moving on to the third loop. We're going to do double crochets. Yarn over, insert your hook inside the loop, grab some yarn, pass through the first 2 loops, grab some yarn, pass through the second 2 loops. Right, so I'm going to do 3 double crochets. So that I've done 1, this is 2, yarn over, insert your hook inside the loop, grab some yarn, go under and come up with it so that you have 3 loops, grab some yarn, pass through the first 2 loops, grab some yarn, pass through the second 2 loops, and that's your 3 double crochets. After that, you're going to chain 2, 1, 2. After chaining those 2, you're going to go into the next loop to do a single crochet. So you're going to insert your hook into that loop, grab some yarn, go under and come up with it so that you have 2 loops, grab some yarn and pass through those 2 loops doing a single crochet. Then you're going to chain 2, 1, 2. Then you're going to start again. You're going to do 3 double crochets. So that's what I'm going to do for the rest of the 3 double crochets, following that routine, that 3 double crochets, chain 2, single crochet, chain 2, 3 double, just doing that. So I'm going to do that and come back. Okay, so I've reached the end of my line. So into the second loop, I'm going to grab my yarn and I'll do another double crochet just to make the end straight. So pass through the first 2 and pass through the second 2 like this. So that is our pattern. So we're going to start again the loops. It's only those 2 rows, repeating those 2 rows. So we're going to start the loops. So we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Then we turn our work, and then we're going to now skip this, and into the space we're going to do a single crochet like this, right? Then we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And we're going to, at the end of this here into the space, we're going to do a single crochet. So if you look, we're still creating loops. I'm going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're here, we're going to skip this, and into this space we're going to do a single crochet. After that, we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Into the space we're going to do single crochets. So we're chaining 4 and doing single crochets in our spaces. I'm going to do that for the rest of the part of the row, and I come back. Okay, so for the last one, we're going to go into the space and we do a single crochet. Right, since we did 28 multiples of 4 and we did 28 plus that one that we started with, so I should have 7 loops. So always check depending on how many multiples of 4s you have done. So I should have 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's how I know that I did the correct looping. So now we're going to now repeat the third row. So to do that, we chain 3 to start. Right, into this loop we're going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Right, after doing the double crochets, we're going to chain 2. Then into the next loop we're going to do a single crochet. sorry, then we chain 2, then into the next loop we do 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, like this. We chain 2, into the next loop we do a single crochet, then chain 2, then into the next loop we're going to do 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3, like that. Then we're going to chain 2, then into the next loop we do a single crochet, then we chain 2, then into the last loop we do 3 double crochets. So I always work in multiples of 4, however I make sure that my multiples are an odd number, so like it will be multiples of 4, but like 5, 3, 7, 9, 11, then into the second loop, then I'll do a single crochet. So you can see our pattern is starting to coming up. So if you continue doing that, that is how you will get this. So if you continue repeating the second row and the third row, that is how you get it will look like this as the more you do it. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know if you enjoyed the stitch tutorials. Yeah, please do subscribe. Thank you so much. Okay, bye bye.